We cannot accept that. It is unacceptable. Didier Reynders, the EU Commissioner for Justice, made no secret of his anger at the judgment of the Polish Constitutional Court. Speaking to the EU justice ministers at the informal meeting under the Slovenian presidency, he announced that the EU Commission was examining further steps against Poland in order to secure the endangered legal order in the EU. The Polish Constitutional Court ruled on Thursday that the ruling by the higher-level European Court of Justice on the disciplinary body for judges in Poland was not valid. The Dutch Justice Minister Sander Dekker was indignant in on the sidelines of the Justice Ministers' Conference that Poland would undermine the entire rule of law in the EU if it no longer recognizes the judgments of the European Court of Justice. It only works as a whole. You can't choose what suits you. The rule of law is the basis what we all have to apply, he said. The rule of law in Poland has been in danger for a long time. We all know that the judges who make these judgments have been handpicked by the current government, criticized Sander Dekker. The German Justice Minister, Christine Lambrecht, assesses the position of the Commission and the judgments of the European Court of Justice against Poland and Hungary clearly and unequivocally. They are correct and must now be enforced. That is now the task of the coming weeks and months, that we in the EU ensure that the rule of law is a binding value, not just lip service. The German head of department expects the EU Commission to enforce the judgments of the European Court of Justice in all member states. Germany itself is affected by a similar procedure. The EU Commission has sued Germany because the Federal Constitutional Court in Karlsruhe does not want to recognize a judgment of the ECJ on bond purchases by the European Central Bank in May 2020. EU Commissioner Didier Reynders announced that he would continue to take action against Poland and Hungary in various ongoing proceedings. We have many options. Perhaps we will turn to the European Court of Justice again and apply for fines to be imposed. We are discussing the funds from the Reconstruction Fund. We are examining the implementation of judicial reforms in Poland. We have many tools, he said. One of them is the reservation that in future funds from the EU budget will only be paid out if the rule of law is guaranteed in the receiving member state. Didier Reynders confirmed that this is currently being checked for Poland and Hungary. He plans to submit a report on this next week. We should talk really seriously about the money, suggested the Dutch Justice Minister Sander Dekker. There is a lot of money going to Poland and Hungary. Yeah, that's true. Poland has applied for 36 billion euros from the EU's Corona Development Fund. Hungary wants to receive 7.2 billion euros from the fund. The Dutch Justice Minister pointed out that it was about the functioning of the entire EU. Money can only be paid out if there is mutual trust and mutual respect. The Polish Minister of Justice skipped the meeting in Brno, Slovenia, and was represented. The Hungarian Minister of Justice, Judit Varga, however, had arrived. The EU Commission had initiated proceedings against their country because of the discrimination against gays and lesbians in a new law against homosexual propaganda in education. The Hungarian minister rejected criticism of the law. It only protects the rights of children and parents in bringing up the children and does not violate fundamental European values. Judit Varga replied to a question asked from the Deutsche Welle, "We shouldn't mix political and ideological issues with financial issues. Europe needs reconstruction. This money is due to the Hungarian citizens who work for it. No, we have laws in the EU that combine them." The EU Commission is currently examining the reconstruction plan submitted by Hungary and has already expressed doubts about the correct disbursement of funds in Hungary. The Hungarian minister Judit Varga does not like this noticeably long examination. "We have been very tolerant and patient so far," she said. "The rule of law is in no way in danger in Hungary," claimed Varga. "Hungary is a living democracy. Please come to Hungary and see it. Let the Hungarian citizens decide on their own democracy." Yeah, you start letting them do that first. The Polish Prime Minister Mateusz Morawiecki questioned the competence of the European Commission in relation to the rule of law. "I cannot allow Poland to be treated and discriminated against in a special, less favorable way. The treaties do not say that the competence to reform a judicial system has been shifted to the level of the European Union. No, but the rule of law is part of European laws you have to abide. The dispute between the EU headquarters in Brussels and the governments and courts in Poland and Hungary is likely to escalate further until the governments in Poland and Hungary understand the law. I'll see you in my next video. Bis gleich.